older than Nanum. These are all areas in Ghana, kingdoms in Ghana, groups in Ghana. My brother, my sister, now the Mamprusis started conquering from Pusiga, where one of the greatest leaders passed on. One of the greatest grandfathers, the founders of the land, Gbewah, he passed in Pusiga. In other words, he died in Pusiga. Gbewah founded all these tribes after a long history, Sitobu and other. We have talked about that already. I am just going a little back into history so you would appreciate what I'm talking about. The Mamprusis took over Pusiga. From Pusiga, took over all the way down to Bawku, and then all the way down to Wale, and all the other places that will be referred today as Mamprugu, Gambaga, Wale, and all those areas. They are all part of Mamprugu. In other words, areas that are legally owned by the Mamprusi people, including Pusiga and Bawku. But you realize that Wale and Gambaga are torn away from Bawku and Pusiga. There's a big distance, very huge distance, separated by Bolgatanga and those other areas. So what the Mamprusi people did was, listen, we want to stay in Wale and also in Gambaga, even though Pusiga and Bawku are our lands. They named Bawku, which means the valley. The valley surrounded by hills, because of how Bawku is. Bawku is a Mamprusi word. My brother, my sister, so because the Mamprusis decided to stay in Wale and Gambaga and those other places, and they had already conquered the Kusasi people and asked the Kusasi people to take over the land. In other words, be caretakers of the land of Bawku and Kusasi. I beg your pardon, Pusiga and all those areas. They had a friendly relationship, intermarriages, with that common understanding that, hey, this is our land, you are just caretakers, or you are our friendly caretakers. Very friendly people. My brother, my sister, but the paramount chief was Mamprusi. The owner of the land, Mamprusi. The paramount chief of Mamprugu, known as NaYiri, installed 5 chiefs directly from Mamprugu to Kusali land, or Kusasi land. 5 chiefs to go there, and then they gave these 5 chiefs were those who were taking care of the Kusasi people, while the Kusasi people themselves were on the land. Do you understand, students? So it meant that the land was not for the Kusasi people. I'm talking about Bawku and also Pusiga, from those areas. Now the main function of these chiefs was to keep open the trade routes between Nalerigu, which was at that time the Mamprusi capital, and Tinkodugu in Burkina Faso, and to provide escorts for traders and slaves from the north. Look, the Kusasis and the Mamprusis lived in peace. My brother, my sister. Now the Kusasis had no chiefs. They had the Tindanes. The Tindana is a religious figure who serves as the intermediary between the gods of the land and the people of Bawku. As a result, when the British arrived, when the white man arrived and needed chiefs for purposes of indirect rule, In other words, ruling the people, but not directly showing your face. For instance, students, the headmaster is ruling this class using me as your teacher. So you see me as your ruler, but I am not your ruler. All the instructions are coming from the headmaster. So the headmaster is doing what is referred to as indirect rule. That was how the white man wanted it. So that it will look like your own kind is ruling you, but no, all the instructions are coming from the white man. Now the 5 Mamprusis chiefs were useful as aides and had their authority extended, thus strengthening the power of Mamprusi under the British empowerment. Now in Kusasi localities, some Tindanes were made de facto chiefs by adding secular functions to their religious powers. And then gradually the Kusasis who were Tindanes originally were now becoming chiefs gradually. They also had their areas, their portions that were theirs originally. I'm talking about the Kusasis in Bawku area. My brother, my sister, but a big chunk of the land, like 90% of the land, was owned by the Mamprusis. Ladies and gentlemen, them fellow students, now disputes over leadership and territory date back to at least 1929, when, according to Naba Azoka, the British colonial government in 1929 specified the administrative districts in the then northern territories of the Gold Coast according to colonial boundaries. At that conference, he said the Mamprusi district was clearly separated from the Kusasi district, and that the Bawku area, which was the Mamprusi area, was the Kusasi's original base. So the slave master caused trouble for these people who were living together and having fun. Clashed their heads together, and up till now, the colonial master is long dead, but he sowed seeds of discord between the Mamprusis and the Kusasis. The Mamprusis rose, Kusasis rose. Up till now, there is no clear path to peace in that area, because the Mamprusis don't want to leave the land. They were the first to settle there. They were the first to take off the land from Pusiga and own it all the way to Bawku. The white man pushed the Kusasis in there and caused the confusion between the Kusasis and the Mamprusis, who lived together as brothers and sisters and even intermarried. Any which way, up till now, that is what is happening. Ladies and gentlemen, them Kusasis are generally traditional when it comes to religion. They recognize the role of their ancestors and local divinities, represented by material objects like the rivers, the hills, the forest groves, and so many other such things. And they celebrate the Samampid festival in commemoration of their ancestors for the expression of gratitude to the gods for a successful year and the harvest. Today, generally, Christianity and Islam have taken over the whole of the Kusasi land. They love their festival known as Samampid Festival, which is supposed to celebrate bumper harvests. Samampid. Ladies and gentlemen, just like the Gans celebrate Homo, which means hooting at hunger. Different tribes in Africa all celebrate bumper harvest. There is not a single African country that does not have a tribe in there that celebrates bumper harvests. The Kusasi people are today ruled by Naba Asigri Abugrago Azoka II. Naba Asigri Abugrago Azoka II. He is a Kusasi man and he's ruling the whole of Bawku right now. So you realize that the chieftaincy, which originally belonged to the Mamprusis, has suddenly changed. You understand? Courtesy the colonial master, the white man who does not respect our history and all that, decided to change things, decided not to respect our tradition and just do anything at all. My brother, my sister, today we're celebrating the great Kusasi people. They are a very peaceful group of people. They are very smart and very wise people. They follow the white man small. Convince the white man by working very hard and gaining the trust of the white man. And the white man put them in very high positions. And today, they are enjoying such positions. Anybody who wants to touch that position, there is a general war in the whole area and beyond. We hope and pray that there would be an amicable solution to this problem of the Mamprusi and the Kusasi. We are just talking history, past events, documented past events. That is what we are giving to you. Ladies and gentlemen, the Kusasi people, they marry before having sex. If they do not marry before having sex, there is a big problem. What is the problem? If it is sin, if you are a Muslim, you get lashes depending on your status, whether you are married or not. You get 100 lashes in public. If you are married, you are stoned to death Islamically. And if you are a Christian, you are supposed to be rebaptized depending on whether you are a Catholic or not. And that area has been taken over by the Catholics. Ladies and gentlemen, the great Kusasi people. My name Black Rasta. Thanks so very much for being with me all this while. And of course, hey, we have news. Hey, are there some Kusasis in the class? Any Kusasis? Show by hands. Oh wow. Ajua. Oh, okay. Tony. Oh, Miliki Mikul. Any questions, students? If you have any questions concerning the Mamprusi people and the Kusasi people, let me know. Any questions? Reggae music getting bigger and better. The name certainly Black Rasta as we enter. Oh my God have mercy. Hey! When we return, we're going straight up into a thing called the Black Pot. Kukushonamo.